We want to see what Chris is up to? Anyone? Anyone up for some Chris? Anti-vaxxer and flat earther? Yeah? Let's go.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's 1/8/22. There's a couple things I think I need to discuss with you. All right.
Oh, filming in car on the bingo card.
All of Westchester County is still, well, people think they're in this mandate of wearing face masks in all the stores. I no longer wear it. I just went to Men's Warehouse. The guy, I was about to walk out of the fucking place at this point. But
2.5 years clean now. Good for you.
I needed, some pants, so I had no choice,
You could have bought pants online. Just saying. Overthought says, CC, aka Old Man Yells at Firmament. And Tucker White says, Hannah, after the stream, Dear Diary, I couldn't bring myself to admit it, but Bruce Lee's urine story was some of the funniest shit I've ever read. Meanwhile, I'm stuck in a shithole state, entertaining dumb fuck lefties on Twitch, while Bezos gets richer off of it.
How could this happen?
Funny. Princess Amelia says, people think they're in a mandate. No, CC, they are. You think you're not. Yeah, there's literally a mandate. And if a store, even if there wasn't some sort of governmental mandate in terms of, like, going into a place of public accommodation like a store, the store could still tell you, put on a mask. Like, my local area, from my understanding at least, doesn't have mandates. And even a lot, like, stores don't necessarily have a requirement. I still wear them, though, because I don't want to get sick.
So I told him, hey, look.
And I don't want to spread it to other people if I happen to be infected and don't know about it, because masks are very good at that.
Look, I don't have a face mask. If you have one, I'll wear it. If you don't, then I'll do my business somewhere else.
That's the point. Yeah, go away. And you just said you don't do face masks, but if they have one for you, you'll do it? Okay, most stores have face masks now. Wear one.
So he came out with a face mask and I had to wear it. But you realize the Constitution completely does not allow any of this to happen. And that...
No, it doesn't. None of the amendments of the Constitution say you can't be told to wear a face mask during public health crises. Nick says, do your business somewhere else? I thought we were done with the P thing. Also, where else is he going to do the business? Apparently, it's a mask mandate all over his area. Where else is he going to go? They're all going to mandate it.
That's why people are taking this to court at this point. Because the governor is a fucking schmuck. Yeah, well, the old one was even worse. But you know what? Cuomo, thank you for the Christmas surprise, because this one is just as bad. She's a fuck up.
His yelling is getting more and more common. I've noticed that as a trend, so I'm a little worried for Chris as well. Sky Comet Fallen says, Kroger, pharmacy where I live, requires all employees to wear masks, which is what I tell people if they ask why I'm wearing one.
Fuck up!
He's just every day turning into a bitter and bitterer old man. It's very sad. Astrofox says, literally Washington was famous for forcing his troops to take a vaccine. An inoculation. Vaccines, as we understand them, did not exist at the time, but there was inoculations. Basically, they infected people by having them take, was it like smallpox sores or something that had come off other people that were infected, and it was like a weakened version of the actual virus? A precursor. Cowpox. That's what it was. Cowpox. Thank you.
Sorry. Okay? Hey, you don't like my language? Fucking leave my channel. I don't care. Because I'm telling you how it is. Alright? It's fucking bullshit. The Constitution has no mandates. No governor, no politician. Nobody can mandate dick.
That's, untrue. Just for the record. Marcus Drake said, it is within the police power of the state to enact a compulsory vaccination law, and it is for the legislature and not for the courts to determine. The fucking Supreme Court in 1905. Yeah.
Unless if it's an absolute emergency.
Okay, good news. We're in an absolute emergency, Chris, and we have been since like March of 2020. Glad you admit that it is okay as long as we're in an emergency.
And nothing here says an emergency at all. Do you see any fucking chalk marks out of the street?
Wait, you need people literally dropping dead in the street everywhere you go to constitute an emergency? Damn. What a cold motherfucker. He does not care how many people die as long as he doesn't see it.
Huh? I don't. Do you see?
Yeah. Like the 9th and 10th, I forget which one is the one. Of course, the Supremacy Clause says, like, the federal government overrides the states. But it also says any powers not spelled out in this Constitution are given to the states, reserved for the states. So states absolutely can do mandates like that.
Well, I mean, actually, I do see Zombie Land. It's all over the fucking place. Okay. So I had to drop off a patient down at a medical center. And they're doing testing now here in Westchester County.
Reminder, Chris transports people in who require wheelchairs as his job, so he is in constant contact with vulnerable people. So he is around the elderly or people with other conditions, and he's not vaccinated and refuses to wear a mask. He should not have that job at all.
And there was a line of cars, and I shit you not, of about 500
Nick says, wear your mask around patients, you flea bag. Yeah.
of them. Just lined up. And you know, all of them have been vaxxed, and everybody should be vaxxed to be, you know, very protected against this, even though you can get it when you're vaxxed.
Yeah, and I can get in a car crash when I'm wearing my seatbelt too, but I'm very glad I'm wearing it. Tea with Goblins says, CC has made the transformation from kooky boomer talking about flat earth to angry, unhinged, hateful lunatic. He reminds me of my dad, got the whole scary Jekyll and Hyde thing going where the slightest thing will turn an otherwise affable man into a ranting belligerent. So you watch a lot of Fox News? That'll do it. Blackwing Hecate says, oh, I know someone who lives in Westchester County, my girlfriend. Oh, cool. Tell her to keep an eye out for a silver-haired crazy man ranting in his car.
What's the point? The point is to keep everybody safe. Oh, fucking A, man. I mean, it's just so bad. It gets worse. It really does. What the hell's the matter with this thing now? See, I can't find one fucking phone holder that works. I really can't. You know, they all suck. Every single one of them.
Maybe you're not supposed to film yourself while you're driving a car. Weird.
So I was thinking to myself, you know, charging...
It's weird to me that he wears a seatbelt in the car, don't you think? Because the government mandates you wear a seatbelt. Seems like you'd find that to be tyranny.
$10 set up a fake COVID. Hey! All right, I can't get into that. No, that's got to be on another channel, which I will have to be constituting very shortly, because this one's probably going to be brought down, because I am pretty much at the end of this bullshit.
Oh, is he going to do like a Chris Uncensored channel? I'm very excited for that. Blackwing Hecate says, already did that. First thing I did when I found out she lived there. Good job.
Being censored, of saying shit that I really want to tell you that I can't. Okay? Because it's bullshit. All of it is nonsense. It's there to keep you scared. Okay? All of it is there to keep you scared.
Trump has been pretty, like, and we were talking about this earlier because Peter is really excited for, like, Trump's social media platform. Trump has actually been pro-vaccination. He's not pro-mandate, but he is pro-vaccination because he wants to take credit for the vaccine, even though the first one was not developed by Americans or in America or with American money, to my knowledge. But isn't it funny? Wouldn't it be funny, rather, if that social media site banned anti-vax stuff because Trump is pro-vaccination and doesn't want his followers to die from not being vaccinated because then he can't grift them and get their money? I don't know. Thought experiment.
And that's what they want. They live off.
Yeah. How many people have died of COVID in the U.S. now? U.S. COVID. Don't we have the worst death rate in the world for COVID? Or close to it? Oof. Look at that. 839,000 deaths. Oh, boy. Our 7-day average is 2,000 deaths a day. Yikes. Which is, like, as high as it was back in April 2020. The new variants are kicking our fucking ass.
Off of this fear of people. These sick motherfuckers, they live off of the fear of people. And that's what they want. They want you, like, paranoid, sitting in your fucking car like that person right over there with a face mask.
Why is it your business? If they want to wear a face mask, they can wear one. People don't always universally find them uncomfortable. If you find the right mask, it's not necessarily uncomfortable for you. So that person, probably just sitting in their car going from one place to another, I don't think they're particularly worried about getting COVID in their car. They just find it easier to leave it on between locations that they're going to. That's fine. Who cares? Raven says, I should be able to go to Dairy Queen and cough into the face of someone who's paid in Starburst and Sour Patch Kids. I thought this was America. This is cancel culture. The lady that lives here, thank you for 10 months. And Pyromancer says, I'm not paranoid, you are, CC. H-Baird says, speaking of vaccine effectiveness, takes a second to load. Virginia Department of Health, COVID-19 cases by vaccination status. Let me see. Unvaccinated people developed COVID-19 at a rate 4.3 times that of fully vaccinated people and 2.2 times that of partially vaccinated people. Yeah, those numbers don't lie. Oh my god, look at recently too. Oh my god. It just exponentially shot up as Omicron has become a thing. That's a scary-ass chart, isn't it? Everyone who works, if anyone here who watches my stream works in the healthcare industry, oh my god, I am so sorry for these idiots. I am so fucking sorry. Jesus.
Which is good for her. Because she doesn't want to breathe in the toxins. And I can understand that.
Everyone in chat,
bullshit.
Yeah, everyone get vaccinated. If you're not already, come on. Why are you here if you're not vaccinated? Get vaccinated and get your booster. Mine is Friday. Get your vax. Get your booster. Come on.
Total bullshit.
Even if this... Here's my thing. Even if this gets worse, and I can't force other people what to do. If anti-vaxxers want to be anti-vaxxers, I can't force them as an individual what to do. But I can try and protect myself and the people I care about, and even though it's parasocial, I care about everyone here in chat. So please protect yourselves, because as long as these anti-vaxxers are out here, there are going to be new variants, and we never know when the next one could be even worse. So I want me and you guys to be as protected as possible, okay? Please. Do stuff to protect yourself and your families.
Oh, it's a gyro place right over there. I you know, as a Greek, there's nothing like a good gyro.
Isn't it gyro?
I might get a gyro right now.
Hydrate. Will do.
Although I don't think it's open. Due to COVID. Because, you know, there's a lot.
You could probably get it delivered or brought out to the car. Most restaurants are still open. You just can't go inside, necessarily.
A lot of people that are out there that,
Let me see. 839,000 dead out of 5.5 million worldwide. The USA is 15%. Hold on. The USA is 15.25% of COVID deaths overall. That's really bad, considering we are not 15% of the global population. Holy hell. Bay Cop says, joking, you can keep your vax, Hannah. Me and my family are stocking up on gulping quality piss. Dead Man says, can we watch this real quick? What is it? Yes. This one's always good.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Well, same day, same time.
Nick says, if you want a gyro, then maybe wear your fucking mask and get vaccinated, Chris.
When I grew up,
Now I want a
the solar
gyro.
system was stationary.
Alright, honey, come on.
The sun was standing.
Why don't you stop this bullshit? Idiot.
Shouldn't you give me like 5 minutes?
No, you've had it all morning, and I'm just freezing, and I'm hungry, and it's time to start cleaning the house.
Felix Night Owl says, is this an inferiority complex, like definitionally? Is that a clinical thing you can be diagnosed with? I don't know. Probably Lannister says, everyone in chat that either got or is getting their boosters. I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I don't know how much of that I can play. I'm doing my part, too.
That are playing sick because they have it, which doesn't make any sense. So why was this whole thing constituted that we should all go out and get a shot if everybody is still getting this?
Because it reduces the spread and it keeps you from dying or makes the chances negligible. How hard is that to understand? The seatbelt metaphor is really good. A seatbelt won't necessarily prevent me from getting in a car accident, though honestly, in this scenario, it should be a seatbelt that does actually help lower the risk of you getting in a car accident in the first place. But even if you get in a car accident, you won't be nearly as injured, and doubtful that you'll die unless it's a really severe accident because of the seatbelt and the airbag and all the other safety features of the car.
So I guess our
Also, that vaccine was developed for the original COVID, and now we have variants because idiots. Felix Night Owl says, OMG, I feel so bad. His face when she called him an idiot. I'd drop down with a waterfall of tears if my partner called me that. Yeah. Seems like he lives a depressing life.
president is a total, utter fuck up, too. Oh, really? Did I say that? That's right, I said it. He's a fuck up.
Okay, you don't have to like Biden.
He's a goddamn puppet. That's all he is. Just like every president has been. Puppets. You know, wake the fuck up, Westchester. Do your research. Okay?
Do your own research on the bingo card, which I think we already had, but still.
You must do your research. And you've got to find out, you got to find yourself. And just wake up. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos. Let me be a part of your life.
Jesus. Okay, one more. He did a more recent one. Did this come out today? Yesterday.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's 1922. How do you destroy a country in such a short period?
I'd probably pay a bunch of people to go online and spread conspiracy theories to make people not want to get vaccinated and not trust institutions like scientists and the CDC. Make them distrust democracy by spreading conspiracy theories about elections being stolen, sowing all sorts of discontent, financing secretly far-right organizations in order to kind of, you know, move things towards a violent direction. Well, that's just me. Logarth says, 22 is wilding. Check this out. Cannabinoids block cellular entry of SARS-CoV-2 and emerging variants. Wouldn't that be funny if weed was the actually a really good way to stop COVID? We just end 2022. Everyone gets super high and we chill out and we reconcile and we stop COVID with weed. Peter would never let us hear the end of it if that was the case.
Well, you elect somebody who is a complete, utter idiot.
Can you speak up, Chris? You're a little quiet. I know your wife hates you and you don't want to talk in your own house, but then why did you film this video?
Who's not a president and couldn't ever become a president.
Biden is the president. He won the presidency because people hated Trump. And whoever runs in 2024 very likely will beat Biden because people also hate Biden because he doesn't do almost anything.
He's there. How do you get him into that position? Well, you create something that doesn't exist. And then...
Wait, does he think COVID isn't real? Chris, you're an idiot. COVID is real. Get vaccinated. Almost 1 million people in the United States are dead from it.
And you... play around with the numbers, shall we say, and get him elected. I don't even think he's in the White House.
When is this video from? The 9th, 2 days ago. Wait, he doesn't think Biden is in the White House? Oh no. He's behind Peter on this one. Chris thinks he's in a fake White House. Oh god.
For crying out loud. I mean, he's got a green screen in back of the fucking windows.
No, he doesn't. He's in the Oval Office, Chris.
That he changes. I mean, you people have to wake the fuck up and see what the hell is going on here. I mean, this is not only a puppet that's running this country, you know, but he's totally gone.
Has CC inferred his wife hates him yet? No. And the video we watched earlier, that was the short clip, does not count. That's not inferring. We literally saw it happen.
Out of his mind. He can't even freaking run an ice cream truck, as far as I'm concerned. But yet 85 million of you voted for him. Really?
Yeah?
How?
Because the other option was Donald Trump. That's about it. Oh, and also the promises that Biden made about canceling student debt that he's gone back on, because of course he did.
I'd like to know who the 85 million people that voted for him are.
Baha says, in regard to that cannabinoid research, which I assume she took a look at, hey, disclaimer, that experiment was done using concentrated cannabinoids on human epithelial cells in a dish. There's no proof you'd have any success doing this with cannabis after metabolizing and digestion, and no idea if there are enough of those small molecules in a reasonable amount of marijuana to do anything. I see what you're saying. We need to do an unreasonable amount of marijuana. I'm joking.
Anyway.
Cannabinoids? Sorry.
Once again, this is all about flat Earth. Okay?
Does that count as Baja Blast on the bingo card? Yeah, sure.
They're vamping everything up right now. Okay, they got some telescope out there that's going to be able to look. Remember, I told you about this many.
The James Webb Telescope. It's very cool. James Webb Telescope. The James Webb Telescope launched on Christmas Day. Very cool. This is effectively the replacement for the Hubble telescope, in that it is the like A-tier premier space telescope that is going to be used. And it's very cool. It's larger than the Hubble. It, I believe, shifts further. It can see light further into the blue side of the spectrum, into ultraviolet. At least I think so. And the reason for this is the light they're trying to get into it to get images from far away get blue shifted because of the distance. Much bigger. Oh, is it infrared? I apologize. So the infrared range then, in order to pick up the light, it can see much further, and by nature of how far these distances are, further back in time, because light takes a long distance to reach where the telescope is, than the Hubble ever could. It's also going to be further away by a lot. It's successfully unfurled and everything. It now just needs to be put in place, and presumably they'll do tests and stuff, and then I think in the next 5 months or so, we'll get the first images back from it. It's incredibly cool. It's awesome. It really is. I love shit like this. I'm very excited to see what stuff they get out of it.
Many videos ago.
We found the man who can stop the pandemic. Oh god, what is this? Oh no! Can I show someone smoking a ridiculous amount of marijuana on Twitch? Is that allowed? I'm a mature-only channel. Not sure, though. I don't want to have to limit this for YouTube, so I'm not going to play it.
That I was, what, you know...
I would imagine the person gets incredibly high. Probably uncomfortably high.
Before we got a flat Earth, I was so...
Oh, fuck it. We'll watch it.
Old plug in that bitch.
What is this? 10 grams of flour? Oh my god. This doesn't even sound fun. That's a crazy bong, though. Oh my god, this guy's poor lungs. Good lord. Oh no.
Oh. I don't know what kind of booger that was. My lungs say fuck you.
What in the absolute hell? Alright, I assume that guy's gonna go have a nap for a month or so. Jesus.
Intrigued about, you know, finding that.
Overthought says, that's not a hit, that's a meteor impact.
That one thing, the one thing of the Big Bang supposedly happened. You know, that one picture. I remember about 10 years ago they said we were 99% there to see the beginning of the universe. Because out in space, everything moves away from us, right? You know, really? Really, just like we can see a star that's 7 trillion miles, 7 trillion light years away? Impossible.
Why do you think it's impossible? Stars are huge and incredibly bright. Umatsa says, so has anyone heard about the Pfizer CEO tweeting something about the vaccine, then taking it down because my parents are shitting themselves over it, but I can't find anything on it? I have no idea. Haven't heard about it. Tea with Goblin says, Gandalf the Grey is no more. Here stands Gandalf the Green, who battled the Balrog of Moria with his mighty wizard bong.
But people buy this, you know? They buy this. The only good thing that this is going to do for NASA is it's actually going to bring in a lot of other artists that are going to be able to draw a lot of pictures for us and a lot of bullshit to make you think that we live on a planet and we're traveling.
We live on a planet.
In space. Well, we're not.
We are.
We're stationary. Here.
I mean, what do you mean stationary? Motion is relative. If you're talking about am I stationary relative to the position I am on the planet? Yeah, but the planet's moving, it's rotating, it's going around the sun is going around the center of the Milky Way galaxy is moving its own place in space. Motion is relative.
Here. Come with the dome.
Flat Earth on the bingo card.
Flat. And you're not going anywhere, you're not moving anywhere. Motion sickness. What about all these people that have motion sickness? Don't you think they'd be sick all the time?
No, because that's not how motion sickness works. Motion sickness often has something to do with, like, inner ear stuff. And again, that has to do with acceleration and deceleration, not so much motion, because again, motion is relative. What's happening is your body is detecting that you are accelerating or decelerating, moving in a car, and that you're not actually moving if you're looking at something, especially if you're, like, moving in a car and you're reading something. It can make you incredibly ill, because your brain is giving different signals, right? This is an evolutionary thing that happened because if you felt like you were moving, but This is a hypothesis, to my understanding. If you felt like you were moving, but you weren't, it's a potential sign that you ate something that was making you really sick and giving you, like, weird, hallucinogenic, like, not good, toxic things going on. So then you would vomit, and hopefully get whatever you ate out of your system. Unfortunately, it also makes people car sick, or boat sick, or whatever. Motion sick. Baja says, it's hilarious to me that people won't take the vaccine because it's made by Big Pharma, but they're now trying to get Viagra because some woman in a coma from COVID got a large dose of Viagra and woke up. Newsflash, weirdos, Viagra is also made by Pfizer.
The only time they ever get sick is when they're on a boat bouncing around like this.
Yeah, because relative to their position on the Earth, which is what matters considering the biggest mass around them is the Earth, they're moving up and down. They feel a lot of relative motion. Tea with Goblins says, French physicist Léon Foucault developed a device called the Foucault's pendulum, an ingenious and simple device to demonstrate the movement of the Earth. Yes, Foucault's pendulum. We have watched stuff like this on stream.
Respect to the person. He himself and the stand is stationary. So,
it's very cool. There was sort of an interactive kids museum that I went to as a kid, and, well, you guys know where I grew up. It's the Midland Center for the Arts. I don't live in Midland now, or anywhere near it, but I used to go to a place as a kid called the Midland Center for the Arts in Michigan, and they had a big Foucault's pendulum that when you got there, you could place a little thing with your name where it was swinging, and then when you got done with the museum, you could come out and see where it's swinging once you get out. It was a cool place. P-Mail says, in addition to Peter, Chris also seems very mentally unwell, especially lately. Yeah, a lot of the conspiracy people seem to be doing worse lately. I don't know why.
Once again, not a single scientist has come out and explained this to us. How you can see a star 7 trillion miles away. It's impossible. You can't. Your eye can't be able to see that.
You don't say the T, Foucault? Okay, didn't know. Thank you.
Well, these stars, it's an amazing light show up there. I'm beginning to think it's probably even closer than I thought. It's probably only maybe 70 miles up there, the amazing light show starts.
He thinks the stars are 70 miles away.
Who knows? Doesn't make a difference. All I know is that this is flat, motionless, and definitely covered with something. I want you to take a look at some of the icebergs that are broken off, into the sea. but I mean, just look at the clarity of the blueness of when that iceberg just breaks off, and then look up. Okay, if you look up, you'll see the chemtrails up there too.
Chemtrails on the bingo card. Chemtrails are not real. Chemtrails are not a thing. When you look up and you see streaks across the sky coming off of airplanes, those are called contrails. They're caused by condensation on the wings of the plane.
But not only that, you'll see a blue sky when there are no chemtrails at all. And then think to yourself, what's really above us? What has the Creator created up there to protect us down here or keep us contained? See, that's another thing too.
Maps and Mimic says, I'm mad that he's technically right. The universe isn't old enough for light from anything hypothetically that far away to have reached us yet. That's just because he doesn't know the actual distances stars are. Nick says, oh no, CC, the condensation.
Anyway, I just want to touch base with everybody. It's a Sunday. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about next week because there's so much shit going on.
I'm gonna guess flat Earth, because that's all you ever talk about, except for the time you made a video complaining there was no crab in the crab dish you ordered, but I skipped that video on stream, because I don't think anyone wanted to watch you bitch about crab meat not being in your thing.
Going on right now that is just fucking incredible. It really is. There's so many lies that are going on. You know, they as I said, they have to vamp this up. They really do. They have no choice.
It was actually funny, too, because the title of the video was something like, "Where is the crab meat on this flat earth?" He still had to tie it in.
You know, I thank you for viewing my videos and subbing to my channel. Let me be a part of your life.
God, someone needs to help Chris. Alright, where's the crab meat video? Now I want to... Where's the crab on our flat earth?
That's a crab ragoon from the new place that just opened up down the street. Okay, let's take it apart, shall we?
Let's take it apart. You're gonna find nothing but disaster.
Okay, all right, let's take it apart. Okay, hold on. Let's piece it apart. You gotta piece it apart. Okay?
Alright, open it up.
Ugh, look at this. Man, it's just horrifying.
It's just horrifying as he pops some in his mouth.
All right. Do you see any crab in there? I don't see any crab in there. What is this? Imitation shit.
Jesus, with that form, no wonder his wife hates him. I'm sorry! It was the first thing that came into my head! Which is the closest he's ever gotten to making someone come.
Nothing. I see no crab in there at all. I don't even know. It's horrible. Stand by. Let me clean up here.
So that shit isn't regulated at all? That crappy food? Which I threw out? So why do these politicians care about your health? And meanwhile, you can eat whatever the fuck you...
Yeah, that's close enough to Hannah Dies of Laughter. Altered Rin says, I think chat can all agree. You're welcome. I know. I'm fantastic. Prokagam says, what she sees. Chris says, you think gravity exists? Explain why I'm on my ceiling, globe heads. Tea with Goblin says, well, you know, Hannah, CC isn't very considerate of others. A very shellfish man.
Follow the money.
Yeah, I'm gonna say doesn't know how cameras work on the bingo card.
And when these politicians become multi-millionaires because of their political position that they have, when they buy these multi-million-dollar houses, you question, how do they get to that position? When they're only making $100,000 a year.
What does this have to do with your crab?
Oh, maybe because they've got a little bit of pocket greasing going on. Because they're getting paid off. So follow the money, and you'll find out where it ends.
In the crab ragoon?
It's a shame. If you don't see this, you don't see the lies, then you're lost. Bye-bye.
Does vaccine police count as expert has a ridiculous job title? Yeah, I'd say that counts. What? What is wrong with Chris? So that's what Chris has been up to.